So we're back with this dressage horse. He's been in training here for 1 week and we have just been working from the ground. So he's here because he's very scared when he's being ridden. So that's what we're trying to resolve. This will be his first day today with the saddle on, so I'm quite curious to see if there's any difference. So far with putting the saddle on, it's been completely fine, no suspicious behavior. So we're just going to get started and see how he is. All right. I like to start with leading him around a little bit and practice his focus when I'm just walking with him. So I just want him to walk next to my shoulder and follow the speed that I'm going, not pulling on the rope, and just paying attention. So if I turn, I want him to easily turn with me and just be kind of hooked on to my energy and to what I am doing. And I'm gonna see if I can turn and he will move his hind legs. Really good. And then we're gonna try to move the front legs. And this has been going well, but it's a little bit difficult to get him to take more than one step over. So he will step over here, and then he starts to back up. 1, 2, good. So now he needs to take 2 steps instead of just 1. And we have been working a little bit with this for him to kind of continue moving his shoulder around a little bit more than just 1 step. And then we're gonna stop and back up. And now you're backing a little bit into me. You need to back up straight. He's coming a little bit out of the wall, but it's not bad. Good. Get some treats. So I'm quite curious to see how he will be when I get on him. All the prep work, I will say, is going quite well. When I put him towards the mounting block and stand above him, he's a little bit unsure. Like, I can sense that he doesn't really want me on his back. So I have to figure this out before I get on him. But that's pretty much the only thing that I feel we need to work a little bit more before he's ready. I think the camera went off, but I hope it's on again. Let's continue. The next thing I'm gonna do is launch him a little bit around and leading him this way. And now he wanted to trot by himself, so I'm just gonna wait for him to go back into a walk. Good boy. But you can't roll with the saddle on, sorry. So far I'm sensing him like he's got a little bit more energy, but I don't know if that is because it's Monday and he's had a weekend. Sorry, du har salt på. No, you have a saddle on, my friend. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's got more energy because it's Monday and he had a weekend off, or if it's because he's got the saddle on. It might be both. Yeah, I'm sorry you can't lay down with the saddle on. And he's still kind of trotting. I'm just gonna ask him to move the hind legs and then the front step over. Good boy. I feel bad that I can't let him lay down, but I don't want him to mess up his saddle. Move the hind legs again. And then the front needs to step over. Good boy. Move the hind legs. And the front stepping over. Good boy. Now I have to fix his stirrup. And we'll go again. Hind legs. Turn. Step the front legs over. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Because the stirrups are made of metal, I don't really want them to dangle into his belly. So we're gonna get them there. Yeah. Good boy. Yes. All right. Let's continue. So with him I have been working with this stick with this thing on, just to see how he will react when something is above him and over him, when he's standing still and when he's moving. And he hasn't really been that bothered by it. But it's kind of a nice test before getting on him, if something that's above him is disturbing him or scaring him. But he hasn't really reacted that much to this. Good boy. The first time we did it, he was a little bit unsure when we were doing it on the right side, on his right side, when he was moving, like when he was walking. But besides that, he's been really calm. You want to smell it? So I'm doing all of these kind of tests with him before I get on, just to see if he is spooked or scared of something. And to build trust with him and myself. I want us to trust each other. And also, you know, if I tell him to do something, I would like for him to listen. Or if he gets scared, I want to show him how to deal with that fear. And I want this to be okay before I'm sitting on him. And that's why we're doing all of this groundwork. To build a relationship, basically. Yes, you're a good boy. Okay, now we're gonna try when he's moving. And I can pay attention to his ears to see if his ears are really back. He's really focused and paying attention to this bag above him. But his ears are kind of moving a little bit back and forth, which means that he's not that bothered by this bag. He is thinking about it, but he's not like completely focused on the bag. So here you can tell his ears are forward a little bit. And that's a good sign. So if his ears were really pinned back and he was maybe a little bit high with his head, he would be really tense and focused on this thing happening above him. But he's kind of searching down a little bit. He's being quite relaxed about this. He doesn't care that much. Good. And that's a good sign. So I will say this test, he has passed really well. Good boy. Yes. And he may be able to pass all of these tests, and I can feel safe to get on him. But the thing also is, if he is a little bit scared of having someone on his back, it can be a problem if he spooks. Because then if he's scared of me telling him what to do when I am on his back, he may not listen that well. And it will be more difficult to calm him down. So that's why I need to be really sure. So if I ride him and he gets scared, I can deal with that. I can bend his head, get him to calm down, lower his head, kind of communicate with him if he gets scared as well. But he's doing really well with this test. I feel when we are on the right side, he's moving a little bit faster, just a little bit. It's just this tiny piece, tiny bit more insecure. But he's still doing really well. The only thing is, like, he's walking a little bit faster. But I can still pay attention to his ears. He's not super focused on the bag. He's searching down. All of this is really good. Good boy. Good boy. All right. I also like to do this when I'm standing on the mounting block. Yes. So we're going to go over there and try. And again, this is the only thing where he's still a little bit insecure. He's not that comfortable with me getting above him. Bra. So I place him where I want him to stand. I give him some treats. And then I'm going to check if I can move this when I am also getting on the mounting block. Really good, he didn't move. That's a good sign. There, he got impatient, yes. So whenever I'm kind of higher up, like you can tell here, he gets more troubled. Good. You have to do that again, my friend. So we're gonna take him back. And he's definitely, I feel like it's this, his problem is trauma related. Something bad has happened. Either if it was his ulcer, I think that's the name in English, the wound in the stomach that makes it really painful when he's being ridden. And maybe something like he had an accident or something. It's hard to say because his new owner doesn't really know. So, but I feel that his issue comes from some kind of trauma. Good. Yes. Really good. Really good. Yes, you're a good boy. And now the other side. Yes, we need to do both. Yeah. Can you do the other side as well? You can bite this stick. Yes. Okay. Let's do the other side and see. Good. A little bit far away. Yeah, there is a little bit better. Boy. Really good today. Yes, you're being a good boy. Have to move a little bit. Yeah. It doesn't count, you know? If you move, you have to do it again. That's the way. So I'm gonna see if I can move him back. No, no treats. If you're moving, you're not getting any treats. There you go. There you go. This is the place you get treats. Yes. You need to stay here. And it's important, you know, that he's standing on a loose rope because I want him to be able to move if he feels like he needs to move. So if you're holding him, you're not really going to see his feelings. So he needs to be able to move. If he needs to move, he can go. Yeah, you're doing really good. He doesn't really care about the bag. All right, you're doing a good job. Yes. All right, we're gonna leave the bag for now and practice some other things. So I like to mix it up with standing still and moving exercises because then he doesn't have to stand still for that long each time, which makes it also easier for him to actually stand still when he needs to stand still. So now he's going to get to move a little bit. We're going to practice on the figure of 8 and see if he can pay attention. Good boy. When I back up, I want him to come in and turn and go the other way. Really good. Backing up, come in, turn, go the other way. Good boy. I back up, he needs to come in and turn and go the other way. Really good. Backing up, attention, there we go. Really good. Backing up. This is going really well this way. From right to left, he's still a little bit not that good. Not too bad, but still it's not really, I have to kind of help him a little bit. Here he's turning. And if you pay attention here, when I'm backing up, he lost his focus. I need to give him a little bit of a wiggle to remind him to slow down and step over. Distracted. I'm going to move a little bit away from the gate. Over here, I'm backing up, follow, change direction. Backing up, follow, change. Yeah, good boy. Better. Backing up, follow, change. Really good. Backing up, follow. No. It's the right side again. When he's on the left, he's a little bit more focused and a little bit more easygoing. On the right, he gets a little bit more easily distracted, like here. I have to remind him, step over, good boy. I'm gonna give him treats on the right. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Oh, on the left, I mean. Now he got treats on the left, but after he changed on the right. Yes. All right, now we're going to practice bending his head. And this will be my emergency stop and my way of being able to control him. So this needs to work really well on both sides. I need to be able to pull on the rein, and he needs to bend. Good, but you moved. You need to redo it again. No, you're not getting treats if you're moving. There you go. Yes. Good. And then I'm gonna check if I can also bend him from the opposite side. So if I'm standing on this side, yeah, you're already doing it. Good boy. Bend. Good. Good. All right. Let's move a little bit away from the wall. And we're gonna try again. Good. 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 All right. Now we're gonna bend on the right. So he's really understanding this exercise because it's really moving without me being able to pull the rope. Yeah. And that's fine. It's just that I really want it to work when I'm pulling on the rope as well, if it's an emergency situation. Because now he's so familiar with this that he's just bending before I actually have the time to pull the rope. When I'm going around on the other side, I like to use that time to move behind him to make sure that he's comfortable when I am behind him as well. Let's see if we can bend on the opposite side. Good. All right. And then I'm doing this test where I take the rope around him and he needs to follow the rope. And this is a really great test to check if the horse is scared of things behind them. So you take the rope around above the knee and walk towards the head. Good. Good boy. And the way to tell if the horse is okay with this is if they are kind of doing it in a calm way. If they get anxious or scared and moving around super fast, it might be smart to repeat. And he has done this a lot of times now and he's not been stressed at all doing it. There you go. Good. Good boy. Yeah, come and get your treats. Come here. Good. Good boy. Another thing that I'm working with is teaching him to back up with his head down. So he's doing it really easily if he is allowed to keep his head a little bit higher. But I really want his head to come more down for him to give more into the pressure and kind of just let go a little bit more, because when his head is up, he's still a little bit alert. And I want him to just give in and release. So we've been working a little bit with this. I just want to move him a little bit so he's standing a little bit more this way. Good. He needs space. So first I want him to lower his head here, and then to see if he can back up. And backing up is really kind of a trust test as well. Yeah, you're doing really well. Yes. Good. And continue a little bit more. No. And it's like he's got the limit, like he will do it a little bit, but then he's really protesting a little bit. There you go. And I remember a thing Buck Brannaman used to say is that the better a horse will back up, the better they will do everything else. And I believe there's a lot of truth in that. Because when you're backing the horse up, the horse really needs to trust you, because they can't see that well where they are going. And you can tell now he's really not interested in backing up anymore. So he's really pushing on the rope. He's not interested in taking the head down. And that tells me like his trust has a limit. He doesn't trust unconditionally. And that's of course to be expected. But I would like him to be able to trust me a little bit more and just let go and just back up instead of fighting it. Good boy. And then the head comes up again. Good boy. Back up. Good. Just go. You're okay. And at this level, I don't really care that much if he is backing up not so straight, because I just want him to back up easily. And then when that is going well, I will work on the straightness as well. And he's really not that confident with this. Good. 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 He kind of loosened up a little bit. I'm going to give him some treats. And we can work on that a little bit more later. Good boy. So I would like for that to work a little bit well. If he was just a normal horse that I was starting without any trauma, I would say that this is enough for him to back up. But because he's got trauma, I would like for this to be a little bit better, because it has to do with him trusting me. And I want him to feel really safe. All right, let's move on. Another thing I like to do, especially with horses that I'm starting, is to walk next to them and move my hand above them and kind of stay glued on. So I just want him to move while I am in this position. And this is kind of a little bit similar to me actually sitting on him. So I'm starting with just being glued on, walking next to him. Yeah, you found the stick. Let it go. Slip. Good. There we go. And he's walking a little bit fast when I'm doing this, especially on the right. So when I feel like he's speeding up a little too much, I'm gonna do a circle. But he's definitely walking a little bit too fast with this. So when I'm doing this, I don't feel like he's being very calm. Like he's trying to run away from it a little bit. So it's hard to keep up, and I would like him to just walk a little bit more slow. So I'm gonna try to quit in the moment where I feel like he's relaxing a little bit more. And if he's walking way too fast, I'm gonna do a circle. But it's like as soon as I'm in this position, I feel like he's in a race, you know? Like he just needs to go super fast. And it's not really the way I would like this to go. So I'm just gonna wave the rope a little bit if he's moving too fast. Do a circle. But I don't feel like he is scared of me being in this position. I just feel like he gets triggered to think that he needs to go very fast. And it could be because when I'm in this position, it's more like when I'm riding him, and when you're sitting on the horse, you're not walking next to the horse, you know? He has to kind of deal with everything a little bit more alone. So he's got less support when I'm behind him. And maybe that's what is causing him to be a little bit more nervous and trying to walk very fast. But I don't feel like he's got a problem with me being in this position, which is good. Yeah. He stopped. I'll see if he can walk a little bit more. A little bit more slow. It's not a race. Here I'm gonna move some energy towards his neck, see if he can move over. Good. Good. Oh, oh. And we're gonna stop with bending the head. Good boy. All right, let's try the other side. So besides the thing that he's walking a little bit too fast, he's doing this quite well. And even though he's walking faster, I don't really feel like he is more scared. So I feel like his body is moving faster, but his mind is still pretty much as it is during the rest of the exercises, which is good. He just needs to be kind of a little bit more in control of his body. Now we're gonna go on his left. Good. And when we're walking on the left, it's just a completely different speed. Like here, he's completely relaxed. He's not speeding up. He's not walking fast. He's just walking relaxed. So it's something on the right side that is triggering him a lot more than on the left. Good boy. So when I'm walking with him here on the left, I don't feel like he's in a race. He's a little bit more relaxed. He's searching down a lot more. And I don't have to walk that fast. And of course, ideally, before you get on, both sides are equal. He's not more stressed on one side. It's the same on both. Yes, you're a good boy. And there's also some sounds coming, you know, from my jacket rubbing towards his saddle. And it's good for him to hear a little noise. Here we speed it up a little bit. Okay, good. Do a circle. Yeah, he's doing well. Yeah, I know. You want to roll. Good. Good boy. All right, we're gonna go to the mounting block and see how he is when I'm standing above him, petting him, and kind of imitating a little bit, getting on him as well. Yes, good boy. Yes. Good. Well, he's not that comfortable with this. Good. Nope. So you can tell whenever he thinks that I'm gonna get on him, he's moving away. And he knows when I have the bag, I'm not gonna lean on him or anything. But when I don't have the bag, we're practicing me leaning over him a little bit more. He's smart. He knows. And this will be his good side we're working with now, the left. And even the left, he is not very comfortable with me being over him. He's really trying to block me with his face. And these are things that it shouldn't be a problem before you ride a horse. They shouldn't be scared or worried about you getting on. So, you know, him moving away tells me that he doesn't want me on his back. No. And you can deal with this many different ways. I just like to put him back where he's supposed to be each time he's moving and try again. And I'm gonna see what happens if I lean over him, put some weight. Yep, moving away. Good. A little bit far away. Need to put him back. Move the hind. Good. Good boy. And we just have to repeat this enough times where he just feels comfortable with this. You know? Where he's just standing still, not feeling like he needs to move away or anything like that. Leaning on him a little bit. Good. You're moving again. Good. Good. It's really just a patience game with this. You know, you can't force him to feel okay. You just have to give him time. Good boy. And you have to build up his confidence step by step. So first, this needs to be okay. Then I need to sit on him and he needs to feel relaxed while just standing still. And then he needs to be able to walk a little bit on both sides. And then you can build it up step by step. But you need to build the foundation well, you know? If he doesn't want this, he doesn't want me to ride him. So this needs to work well first. Let's check the other side. See how that goes today. Yes. Maybe you will do really well. It would be nice if you did. And of course, I need him to be okay on both sides. Yes. Good boy. Loose rope. Getting above him. Really good. See if I can lean on him a little bit. Really good. It's a little bit distracted. No. Yeah. Good. Good boy. Yeah, I know. I know you don't like that. Yes. That's what we're trying to fix. No. Good. Yeah. Back again. It's better if you just stand still, you know. Yeah. And you know, I want to finish with him standing still. And you can tell also the tail. And his face trying to block me. He's trying to protect his back. Yeah, I know. I know, my friend. Yes. So this is like the last piece of the puzzle, so to speak. He needs to work a lot with this. No. Stop. I know. But you have to stand still for us to quit. And he really doesn't like it, you know. He's getting impatient and annoyed. He's lifting his head, he's shaking the tail. So it's really bothering him. And we need to kind of change his mind about this. And I can feel that it's a little bit worse today. Maybe because of the saddle. And he kind of thinks that I'm gonna get on him. He's been a little bit better without the saddle on. Now he's moving a lot more. Yes. He's getting a lot more annoyed. But it's important that he's doing this out in the open. He's got space to move. You don't really want to put him in a corner where he cannot move. He needs to feel that he can move. He needs to stand still because he feels okay. It's the only way. Okay? And just try again. Be patient. It's a lot like trailer loading, actually. So you can compare this to a horse that does not want to go into a trailer. And when you take the horse towards the trailer, they think they're going to be squeezed in and pushed in before they are ready. So he needs to understand that when I'm standing here, it does not mean I'm going to get on him or start to ride him and do a lot of stuff he's not okay with. But that's kind of his fear. Like, I will just get on and we're going to start to do things and he will get scared and not feel okay. So this is kind of the... he needs to understand that I'm not going to get on him. It's just me standing here leaning a little bit on him. It's nothing more. Just like with the trailer loading, you need to first get him okay, you know, maybe just smelling at the trailer. It doesn't mean we're going to go all the way in. So it's a lot the same. But he just needs to do this enough for him to understand that it's not going to lead to anything more. And also I know that his right side he's more scared, he's more insecure whenever I am on his right side. And what I can do to fix that is try to give him a lot of treats on his right side and work a little bit extra on his right side as well. So now I'm not going to lean over him, I'm just going to stand here and pet him, and then I'm going to go down. That's kind of his comfort level for now. And then we can build up to me leaning over him as well with the saddle on. But for now, this is okay. We're going to try to back up a little bit one more time before we quit. You're walking very fast right now. There you go. Good. No. There you go. Good boy. And you need to move your face. You're not going to back up into the wall. Good. He's really pushing forward instead of going backwards. Good. He's backing up not too bad, but he really turned his body. But I'm just gonna see if he can back up a little bit more. Head down, back up, backwards. Good. He gets a little bit stuck. Good. And this really has to do with trust. You know, he just doesn't want to move backwards and kind of release to this. Good, head down, backwards. Good, head down and back. Yeah. Back, back. Good. Continue. You can move. I'm not gonna take you into the wall. Good boy. You released. He's really trying. Good. Good boy. All right, I think that's it for today. So still some prep work needed before he's ready to be ridden. He's just not confident enough. He still has some trust issues he needs to work through. But I think soon I will be able to at least just sit on him a little bit, give him lots of treats, and then slowly build up his confidence and trust when he's being ridden. Yes.